Hello and welcome to another Friday on Inside the Inferno. I'm Kenji and alongside is my co-anchor, Kayla Marienau. Kayla, it's great to be here and it's also your anchor debut.
Yes, it is. I'm super excited to be here with you today. This is going to be an exciting show.
Yeah, and we have a packed show with lots of ASU sports, so let's go to the gridiron and start with ASU football. From Tempe to the greatest setting in college football, head coach Kenny Dillingham and his squad traveled to Seattle, Washington to face the number 5 ranked Washington Huskies. Inferno Intel reporter Jack Bartlett captured the action of the game many Sun Devil fans marked on their calendars.
Another stellar defensive performance for the Arizona State Sun Devils allowed them to get out to an early 7-0 lead in the first half, headlined by 3 turnovers in that time span. It wasn't until the second half that we saw Michael Penix and the 5th-ranked Washington Huskies start to look like themselves. It was late in the fourth quarter. Trenton Bourguet and the Sun Devils were in the red zone, and he threw a pick 6. That would be the Huskies' first lead of the game. They would go on to kick a field goal later in the fourth quarter. They would go on to win 15-7. 4 turnovers for the Sun Devils, just 7 points to show. The offense laying flat, and that would be where most of their troubles lied as they lost by 8 on the road to the 5th-ranked team in the nation here at Husky Stadium.
Yeah, they just, we had a couple opportunities to, really extend that lead, and we got to take advantage of that, going against, a team like Washington that, is one of the top teams in the nation. Defense, like I said, played a great game. Offensively, we were able to drive the ball down and up the field, but it's just, we keep making, minor mistakes, I think, and obviously with me being the quarterback, that's on me. But like I said, we're going to just keep fighting each and every day, and it hurts, a lot to know we were that close to having another big one.
A pick 6 late in the game gave the Huskies their first lead, and the number 5 team in the country didn't look back.
Yeah, we had a chance to, put them away. Defense played their butts off again. Guy made a good play. In that situation, it's just, I thought I had him. Guy made a good play, and you just got to tip your cap.
The defense came ready to play once again. The Sun Devils amassed 4 turnovers and held Heisman favorite Michael Penix Jr. and one of the top offenses to field goals.
Unbelievable. Defense battled, they attacked, they played aggressive, they played way better than enough to win the football game versus that offense. Unbelievable job by Coach Ward, unbelievable job by that entire staff, unbelievable job by our players competing and fighting our corners, taking those guys outside one-on-one and on base downs and challenging them, playing aggressive, playing cover 0 on early downs. All right, loved how our defense played.
It was Shamari Simmons who really stood out, racking up 2 turnovers with an interception and a fumble recovery.
Yeah, it felt good because, all week we were just talking about it comes in bunches. So as soon as we got one, we were just eager to get more.
The Sun Devils head back home next weekend for another shot at their 2nd win of the season against Washington State. Head coach Kenny Dillingham says his guys will continue to battle in this week at practice leading up to its next contest. Until then, from Inferno Intel, I'm Jack Bartlett.
Thanks, Jack. From the Evergreen State back to the desert, the Sun Devils face the Washington State Cougars. With a reunion of defensive coordinator Brian Ward and linebacker Trey Brown, our very own Lauren Avenatti gives us a breakdown on what ASU fans can expect.
That's right, Kenji. Like you said, Brian Ward and Trey Brown both facing their former team in what should be quite the showdown on Saturday. Let's dive into what the Sun Devils need to do this week in order to find success on the gridiron. Last weekend, facing the Huskies, ASU forced 4 turnovers, including a pick from Roe Torrance to give the Sun Devils their first interception of the season. Out of those 4 turnovers, the Sun Devils were only able to capitalize on one of them with the touchdown from running back Cameron Scadaboo. Going into this weekend, the Sun Devil offense needs to take advantage of these miscues on the Washington State side, especially when facing quarterback Cameron Ward and his red-hot offense, who is 2nd in the nation in passing. Let's get into some of the players in maroon and gold that you should be on the lookout for this weekend. Tight end Jalen Conyers needs 2 receptions to move into 7th among all-time ASU tight ends and 4 receptions to move into that 6th spot. On the other side of the ball, Deshaun Mallory has been on fire all season long, ranked as the top interior lineman in the Pac-12. Make sure to keep your eyes peeled for these guys on Saturday. Hopefully ASU can make some changes and avoid its longest losing streak in school history. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Lauren. Arizona State men's hockey is now 4-0 following their sweep against the Northern Michigan Wildcats last weekend. I had the opportunity to go to the game and capture the Sun Devils win. Arizona State hockey completed the series sweep against the Northern Michigan Wildcats at home Saturday, October 21st. The Sun Devils' annual freeze-out cancer game was full of excitement and a lot of pink as the Sun Devils beat the Wildcats 5-1. A slow start in the first period for the Sun Devils, but head coach Greg Powers thought it was their best start.
I'll take the first period all day. We didn't put a puck in the net, but we hit 2 posts. Shot him 13-4. I thought it was our best start. And we just stuck with it. That's what good teams do. And we have good leadership, and there was never any doubt.
After a scoreless first period, the Sun Devils answered with 3 goals in the second. Sophomore forward Charlie Shane put the Devils on the board first with a low shot to the back of the net on the power play, getting his first goal of the season.
It felt good. I was waiting a little bit for that one, so it felt good to get the monkey off the back.
The Wildcats responded with their own power play goal. But an ASU record was waiting for senior forward Matthew Copperwood, scoring his 26th career power play goal, breaking the program record and putting the Sun Devils back in the lead.
I didn't really think about it too much last year. I was more dealing with other stuff, so this year definitely it was on my mind, but not as much as winning those 2 games.
The Sun Devils finished the second period with 1 more goal from senior forward Alex Young, extending their lead 3-1. Continuing their attack in the third period, senior forwards Dylan Jackson and Benji Eckerly both scored their first goals of the season, ending the game 5-1.
This is the Sun Devils' best start in program history, improving to a 4-0 record. The 18th-ranked Sun Devils travel to Marienau, Ohio next weekend, where they will face their future conference opponent.
I don't win on the road. We got to win on the road. These are huge games. We don't have a lot of opportunities to go win on the road this year, so we have to make the most of them. We've never played them. They're a future conference opponent, so we're excited to go play them.
In Tempe, for Inferno and Tell, I'm Kayla Marienau.
Kayla, thanks for going out to Mullet Arena and covering the team.
Yeah, it's definitely a fun squad to report on. They are still undefeated so far this season heading into tonight's matchup.
The puck will drop shortly after 5 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, and to get us ready for the matchup, here's Lachlan McTagg.
Thanks, Kenji. The Sun Devils are headed up to Oxford, Ohio this weekend to take on the Miami, Ohio Redhawks. With both teams coming off a sweep and off to hot starts, this is shaping up to be another great test for ASU. The Redhawks have seen a plethora of players find the back of the net so far this season, including senior forward Matthew Barbolini, who has 3 on the season so far. After a rough 8-24-4 year last year, the Redhawks have turned things around. They have scored at least 4 goals in each of their first 4 games this season. The last time Miami hockey scored 4 goals or more in 4 consecutive games was all the way back in March of 2015. Miami's sweep of Canisius was the Redhawks' first sweep since last October and first home sweep since February of 2022 against Omaha. The Red and White have now won 3 consecutive games for the first time since 2018. Additionally, goaltender Logan Neaton stopped 48 of the 51 shots he faced against the Golden Griffins. For the Sun Devils to remain undefeated, they need to add some secondary scoring from guys not named Sillinger, Copperoon, or Young. Look for guys on the back end to chip in like Anthony Dowd or Tim Lovell to help spark some more offense. And in net, TJ Septenfelter will have to continue to be stellar between the pipes and win this intriguing goaltending battle. This weekend will be the program's first all-time meetings. The Redhawks and Sun Devils should see more of each other in the future, with Arizona State becoming the 9th member of the NCHC in 2024. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Lachlan. The Sun Devils will have a tough test as they try to stay undefeated after the 2 games this weekend against the Redhawks. The ASU women's hockey team is also on the road this week. Our Brady Hansen has more.
Thanks, Kayla. The ASU women's hockey team is hitting the road for the first time this season as they head up to Colorado to take on both the Buffaloes and the Rams this weekend. The Sun Devils are fresh off a 2-week homestand in which they ended with a 3-1 record, splitting the opening series against Maryville and sweeping Utah. ASU is looking to ride this momentum into the Centennial State as they take on a Colorado team that has been struggling this year with just a record of 1-5, and a Colorado State team that finds themselves sitting at a 3-2-1-1 record. One Sun Devil to keep an eye on this weekend is Sam Murphy, as she is currently 10 points away from setting the record for most points as a Sun Devil. With 4 games to play in 3 days this weekend, the Sun Devils are looking to make this hectic road trip a successful one. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Brady. There's a lot of ASU hockey to look forward to this weekend. Moving on from the ice to the net, ASU women's volleyball is having a great season. Our Mahir Sinhansen has more on what's next to come for the Sun Devils.
Thanks, Kayla. This season has been sweeter than fiction for the volleyball Sun Devils. They are 19-3 after last week's road trip to Utah and Colorado. Arizona State held Utah to a blank space in the set column last Thursday, winning the match in a clean manner, 25-11, 25-16, 25-22. Now, the Sun Devils thought they were out of the woods twice against Colorado on Sunday, leading late in the first and third set. But they were swept by the Buffaloes, losing 27-25, 25-18, 26-24. Arizona State will look to shake it off this weekend as they return to Wonderland, also known as Tempe, to start off the second half of Pac-12 play. The Sun Devils host Cal tonight at Desert Financial Arena at 6 o'clock. Then they'll host number 3 Stanford at Mullet Arena this Sunday at noon. Back to the Suburban Legends at the desk.
Thanks, Mihir. From the hardwood floor to the pitch, the ASU women's soccer season is coming to an end with only 2 games left. At a 10-4-4 record, ranked as the 18th team in the nation, the Sun Devils could make the NCAA tournament for the second year in a row. Our very own Truett Robinson recapped what went down against the UCLA Bruins.
On their last home game of the season, ASU women's soccer takes a tough loss against number 2 ranked UCLA, losing 1-0. But despite the loss, players and coaches alike are very happy with how they played and have high hopes going into the remaining 3 away games left in the season.
I'm extremely proud of us today. I mean, we fought hard for 90 minutes, and credit to UCLA, they're a great team. They put together a great game, but I'm really happy with how we defended and played as a unit today. It's really unfortunate that 89th minute, it's a bummer, but we have a lot left to play for this season, and we still have a lot left in the season, and we're hopeful that we're going to bounce right back from this.
ASU women's soccer had their final home game of the season Sunday afternoon, but unfortunately took a loss in a hard-fought battle against number 2 UCLA, losing 1-0. But despite the loss, defensively, the Sun Devils played great, only allowing 1 goal within the final couple minutes remaining in the game. Goalkeeper Pauline Nels tied her single-game career high with 9 saves and helped the Sun Devils keep the Bruins out of the net for almost the entire game. But a corner kick in the 89th minute was the goal that the Bruins were looking for. Sunday afternoon was senior night for the Sun Devils, and Coach Winkworth says that he couldn't be more proud of how the girls have been performing not just Sunday, but all season long.
It's hard because over a long period of time you get to really love these girls, and then they obviously have to graduate and go on to bigger things with their lives, and but the fact that it is hard shows the quality of the relationships that we build here, and so yeah, it's extremely hard, but at the same time I'm so proud of all of them, and excited for their next steps.
With Inferno Intel, I'm Truett Robinson, signing off.
Thanks, Truett. And with that, today's show comes to a close. Kayla, how was your time here at the desk?
It was so much fun, and a great show. Can't wait to be back here in the future. Until then, stay up to date with the latest news and photos and videos on our social media at Inferno Intel.
And for in-depth written content, visit our website at infernointelmedia.com. For everyone behind the scenes and our talented crew of reporters and my co-anchor Kayla Marienau, I'm Kenji signing off. You've been watching Inside the